have a quick look at getting a third-person type setup up and running in Unity. It's really simple to do. So let's get into it. First thing, you want to start a new project. So I'm just going to call it third-person example just to get us running here. And you can choose your location down here, but it should be pretty easy to find on your machine if you let Unity do its work. We want to select a 3D environment, and we can also add our asset packages straight up here. Okay, so we want pretty much we want characters, so we want the standard assets, and the rest of it we can add in as we go along. Okay, that'll be fine for the moment. So let's go with characters, and okay, so we're going to go done. And let's create this project. So we'll just let Unity do its thing here for a sec. So it's just creating a folder, copying in the assets that it needs on our drive. And you can see that going on there. Okay, so here we are. We're into Unity. It's a pretty standard world kind of setup here. If you're familiar with other 3D apps, you know, it'll look okay to you. So what we want to do first is let's add in a game object. We want a 3D object, and that one that we want, let's just add in a basic ground. So we're going to add in here, we just added in a plane. That's fine. And let's maybe just scale this up a little bit. So from these controls up the top here, let's just drag out the red, let's drag out the blue a little bit. Okay, so now I've got a plane which will just be the floor of our world that our character can get around on. Okay, that's good, it's done. You can see we've also got a camera here, and we've got a light in our scene as well. Okay, so let's come down here under Project to Standard Assets. And we're going to go to Characters. Okay, and we're going to come to Third Person, and we're going to come along here to Prefabs, and you'll see there's two boxes. Third Person, I'm just going to grab this blue cube, and I'm going to drag straight into our scene, okay? So that gives us our character. And what we need to do now is to rig up a camera to our character. So if I hit play at the moment, the scene will look through the camera, but you see that the camera is not really hooked up to our character. So we can run around, do a bit of jumping, that's all good. But yeah, the camera is not moving. So let's stop that for a moment. Okay, we've got our camera up here. So let's click on the camera. And we need to add a camera script so it'll follow the character. So I'm going to come up here to Assets, I'm going to import package, and I'm going to import a custom package. Now I've got made for you, this package which is attached to the Google Classroom, or if you're looking at this on YouTube, I'll just add a link below on YouTube as well. So I'm just going to open this package. Okay, camera controls is all we want, so let's go import. Okay, we're done. And if we click under scripts here, we can see camera controls is now brought into our assets. So we're on the camera here. So let's just grab our script. Actually, I don't want to do that. I just want to drag it across, and I'm going to add it to our main camera here on the right hand side. Just let go and it's all done, which is good. And you can see here we don't need to muck about with the script too much, but it's got look at and it's got none at the moment. Okay, so all as we really want to do is come up here, grab our third person controller and drag it down to look at and let go. Okay, and we can see now it's saying look at third person controller. So now when we run the, and you can see it's a little bit, we can adjust the distance here really easily, but let's hit play. Okay, and now you can see that as we move, the camera moves with our character. That's good. We can jump up and down, and we can use the mouse to control the view of the camera, so we can pan around him. So while we're playing, we can control our camera to get the best view. So that's all good. If you want to adjust the distance, you just need to stop. We can change the distance here to, whoops, that'd be a bit excessive. We'll change it to 5. Click off it. Let's hit play again. And you can see now the camera is closer to our subject. So you can mess around with that as you need to, which is all good. The other last thing that you might want to have a look at here is starting to add game objects. So let's add just a basic cube to our scene. That's good. Move it around with our move tool, so it's sitting up here. Okay. All else that you probably need to know is we're going to go. Let's add. So we're going to create under assets. A material. So let's create a material, and let's call it red material. Okay, we'll keep it super simple. We can select that material, its color here. I'm going to change it to red. That's cool. And then I can just drag this up and apply it to different places in my scene. Okay, so I've applied it to the floor. And then you can see I can hit play, and our scene is starting to run. Okay, so that's just the real basics of creating a game world. And so give it a go. And the next step is obviously to be able to make objects that are active that you can interact with. Okay, so thanks everyone. That will be it for the moment. Give it a go. And if you get stuck on it, I'll give you a hand.